Hey everybody, Joe Haygood here, aka mclazyj. We're back. It is a Wednesday. We are driving home. It's Wednesday the 19th, actually. Just on my commute home, I thought I'd do another one of these random little video vlogs. And just to give you guys an idea of my commute, I just transitioned from the 71 South to the 60 East. Before that, I was on the 10 East, transitioning to the 71 South. I left my work at 4:40 p.m. It is now 5:30, and I still have another hour of my drive to get home. Traffic has not been kind today, so I did want to start with a little follow-up to the last one, our little session where I talked about Stateroom Statements. At the time, you might have remembered, I was a little frustrated. I hadn't heard anything from them in like a week. I sent them a message. They finally said, hey, we're going to send you the proof. And then they said, yeah, the proof will be there later in the day. That was on like a Saturday. And then I didn't hear anything for another 2 or 3 days. So I did want to say, after all that, they did get back to me. They did get me the proof. It took till about, I think it was yesterday, when they finally sent me the proof. It looks great. It's awesome. Approved it. Sounds like it'll go out by the end of the week. And we should get it the following, the middle of the following week. So probably before the 28th, which is the following Friday. But I am pretty happy about it. The proof came out really well. So be excited to put that on our door. That'll kind of be our centerpiece along with our whiteboard that we're going to put up with the surveys each day, which will be fun. And we have a bunch of other decorative magnets to put up there. I have a bunch of like cruise magnets, humor magnets, some duck magnets. And then my wife and I, we found them they were on clearance at like Box Lunch. We found a bunch of Friends and Mean Girls magnets. So we're just gonna put those up and have a good time with it because we both like Friends and Mean Girls. But yeah, they ended up getting us the proof. It looks great, and I'm happy for it. I just wish it wouldn't have taken like a week of no like blackout communications, and just having to kind of badger a little bit just to get like the basic of updates. Like, I shouldn't have to wait like 48 hours to get like an answer on like, hey, what's the status on this? But to their credit, they did give me the proof. They got everything away. They got it squared away. They approved it, or I approved it. They said it's going to processing. Sounds like a normal time schedule is that it takes 3 to 5 days to make the magnet. And then another, 3 to 5 days to get it shipped out. So worst comes to worst, we should see it by next Friday at the latest. And we even have a couple extra buffer days after that, just in case. So I do know, now I had also ordered some custom shirts that I had made and some stickers that I had made to put like in a little bin that people could take the stickers if they wanted them. And the t-shirts, and so I ordered these from Zazzle. I knew this was going to be a problem because I had taken the Virgin Voyages logo and then I had put a little script underneath it. And yeah, I immediately, like a day and a half later, I got an email saying like, hey, we canceled part of your order. That was a little disheartening. Sorry, I just had a bunch of gunk drain out of my throat, or back of my nose into my throat. Ugh. Anyways, so I went to the mall. And if you've ever gone to the mall recently, there's always that t-shirt vendor in the middle of the mall that like has the signs saying, we make custom t-shirts, blah, 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 blah. And they have a bunch of blatant copyright ripoff items that are in their store that they've made shirts of. With like the Like the Marilyn Monroe with like tattoo sleeves. Or the Goku and Bulma shirts, etc., etc. You know, you see them. It's like something you would have seen back in the swap meet back in the day with the guy that's like, I got these Gumby shirts and I got these shirts. I know anybody that's heard me just say those Gumby shirts. You had to be from 1988 to 1990 to understand that joke. And you shopped at Miller's Outpost. You know who I'm talking to out there. If you know, you know. So of course I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take it to this guy. These guys will make the shirt, right? They did have a sign in there, that said, hey, we can't be responsible if you use this stuff. We can't do like logos and this, that, and the other. And I was like, all right, well, let's see how true to form that is. Yeah, they made the shirts. They never questioned. I will say, I think they charge an exorbitant amount of money to make these shirts. I was expecting to be like $25, maybe $30 for one shirt, and probably about 15 to 20 for the other one. Oh no, they charged us $95 for two shirts. Now one was front and back. Here's the funny thing: one was front and back. On my shirt, I had the front that I made, and I had a back where I put like a couple of QR codes for my YouTube and for TikTok, and I had my logo, my little guy there, my mclazyj shot, and I put that on there, and it was like 50. The guy's like, yeah, it's gonna be $50 for this. I was like, fuck me, I did not expect it to be that expensive. But the kicker is, so my wife's shirt, she didn't have a back. She didn't want to do any advertising for herself, anything like that. I was like, hey, we could put your Facebook thing on there. We could put this, we could put that. No. So I was like, all right, we'll just make a front one, right? XL shirt, front, $45. So I'm like, wait a minute, it was $5 extra for me to put something on the back? I was like, I should have just put something on the back of your shirt. It would have been $5 more. Now I feel like I got ripped off for this second shirt just printing the front. Anyways, the guy did it though. I don't know if it's just he didn't recognize the Virgin Voyages logo, or didn't know what it was, or didn't think it was a real thing. I mean, they seemed a little like weird with like I don't know. The funny thing is, so like I created this design for the front and the back, and I saved them as like high-res PNG files, really large, so when they scaled down, they would be nice and clear, or if they had to be blown up, they would be nice and clear, because they were like huge, right? I was like, they're gonna have to scale these down to fit onto like an 8.5 transfer sheet or whatever. And I can tell the guy's like, whoa, this is you want a white shirt, it's got a black background. I was like, it's not black. It's a transparent PNG file. It just shows up as black. It's not black. Trust me, it is not black. If you open this up in Photoshop right now, it's going to be a blank grid behind the graphic. Trust me. Oh, I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Just make the shirt. He's like, this is going to have like this kind of white background on it. I was like, well, I'm like, it's not a white shirt. If it's got a white background, I don't care. So they made the shirts. They came out well. They're a little tight. Their sizing chart might be a little on the conservative side, because I put that medium shirt on and I was like, whoa, this is very tight. I consider myself to not have the most delicate figure, but I was like, man, every imperfection is showing right now, and it's a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not necessarily feeling great about the way this looks right now. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to try to crush out, another 5 pounds before I leave. And hopefully, if I can get that 5 pounds down, especially if it can come in my abdominal area, then we'll probably be okay. I could tell that was the part that was making it feel a little snug. Although it did feel snug in like my upper chest area. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe that's the muscles that I'm getting. So I'm happy about that. I'm both sad and happy. I should have tried on the blank shirt first and then decided, do I want to make this bigger? And then I could have compensated for it. So, it is what it is. We'll make it work, though. You know what I mean? We'll make it work. Anywho, I'm happy. We have the shirts. I have my hats. I've got some bucket hats now. One with a Mass Effect logo on it, and one with the Resident Evil logo on it. So I'm happy about that. It'll match my Resident Evil hat. Normally I get lots of good compliments on those hats. So we're going to have that. I did want to address, I've never done one before. I've never really thought about doing one before, but it seems like people like them. I do have the room that I could do it in if needed. And that's doing a packing video. I thought about putting together a packing video. So I don't know if my wife wants to do one because we're each going to bring a checked bag. That way we can have all of our clothes in there. We each can bring exactly what we want, shoes, etc., etc. She's got a nice little carry-on bag too that's going to come along. And then she'll have her purse as her personal item that goes under the seat. Now, she doesn't know this yet. I haven't told her. I will tell you guys. I did upgrade our seats last night, not to first class, but to main cabin extra, so we could get some more legroom, a little more relaxing legroom, and it also comes with complimentary drinks, like drinks. So I might try to get me a shot of something before I try to knock out, like maybe a rum and coke. But yeah, all in all though, it's gonna be a good time, I think. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to having the extra legroom. I just kind of figured it wasn't too expensive. It was like $60, $65 per seat to do it. The idea of having unlimited refreshments was nice. The snacks stay the same. I don't think we get like a full breakfast or anything. I think we get like maybe a continental or something. But I'll take it. It's not terrible. It is a transcontinental flight. So we'll be going from one side to the other. I am hoping we get the in headrest displays. It seems like that's a hit or a miss depending on the plane. So I'm hoping we get it. It would be nice to have it so I could use that as background noise with some headphones to enjoy for the flight. It also gives us an extra amenity kit, which is kind of nice. We get a blanket, we get socks, we get we get blankets, we get socks, we get like an eye mask, headphones, toothbrush kit, that kind of stuff. That's kind of nice, to be able to have that. We can get off the plane, we can actually brush our teeth, feel kind of refreshed. Obviously it would be nice to be able to take a shower. That may not be the case. In that case, you know what that means? Baby wipes to the rescue, my friends. We will be heading to the Publix bright and early to buy some wipes to clean up. As I heard one person on YouTube say, well, she's a lady, and I'm just repeating her words. I will have to get her channel, and I will try to put a link down in the notes below. She said, ladies, you know how it is. It's tits, pits, and slits. Those are her words, not mine. I don't want to get raked over the coals for it. But, yeah. I thought that was kind of funny, though. But, yeah, so kind of clean up your underarms and clean up your junk area and kind of just get yourself nice and kind of fresh and not feeling too bad. I'm sure we can kind of use the bathrooms at the hotel when we drop off our bags or check our bags in, just kind of clean up in the bathroom and then head out the door, And then from there, we'll just probably, like I said, we've got some things we want to do, like going over to South Beach. Probably go to Bacon Bitch over there, because that one opens at 8. The one at Bayside, which would be closer, doesn't open until 10. And I don't want to have to try to fill that much time. I know that we land at 5:25 in the morning. I know we have to go to baggage claim and get our bags. I know by the time we get on the people mover thing that gets us to the orange line, that then gets us down to go to our hotel, my hope is that's like an hour and a half process. And that puts us at 7 o'clock. And the nice thing about that is then, like, yes, we could walk over to Publix. We could get kind of cleaned up. We could get some supplies that we want to have, get maybe some travel deodorant, this, that, and the other. We're going to buy travel supply stuff while we're there in Miami. Instead of packing like toothpaste and all this stuff, we're just going to buy a bunch of travel stuff there. We're trying to minimize the accessory content that we have to carry and focus on, like, hey, we want to have like our own perfumes and colognes. That's that kind of stuff that you want to focus on carrying. I don't care about having like a full-size deodorant, a full-size this, and a full-size that. It's like, look, I can buy a bunch of trial stuff when I get there. And then when I'm done, I can just leave it in the cabin, or put it in the trash or whatever, and go. Or hell, find a homeless guy on the street that might want it, or girl. Hashtag equal rights. But just, I don't want to have to carry that stuff back. And I hate carrying, like, normally by the time we've packed up all this stuff that we want to bring with us, we have these giant bags of, 1 quart, or might even be 1 gallon Ziploc bags. I think we have like 2 of them that are just packed with like deodorants and this, that, and the other. And it's like, we don't need all this. So it's like, I'd rather buy a bunch of stuff when we get there and bring that with us. Because, we're not saddled by weight requirements when it comes to getting on the cruise. So why should I bother having to put all this extra weight in there for like shampoos and conditioners? Number one, the cruise has got shampoo, conditioner, and soap all separate. And then, like I said, if we want, we could go to Lush or we could go to Bath and Body Works and get a soap and a shampoo and a conditioner if you were like, hey, I don't want to use what's on the boat. The shampoo and the conditioner really doesn't matter. Sometimes the shampoo and the conditioner doesn't matter. Sometimes the soap, you don't necessarily want to use the same soap that your significant other is using. It's like, if the soap sound like, I don't like to use my wife's feminine smelling soaps just because I don't like the smells on them, but she doesn't like to use my soaps either. We just have different scents that we like when we're washing. And she's like, I don't want to smell like this. She's like, I'm glad it smells good on you, but I don't want to smell like it all day. So, and vice versa. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this all squared away. I'm looking to do, like I said, we're probably looking to do maybe a packing video. I've got a bunch of stuff, Hey, these are things that I've just learned from watching a bunch of videos. I did not originate a lot of this stuff on my own, but I'm going to try to pass along what I have learned over time, and I will try to point you in the right direction of the people that I have found that have helped me. And in both learning about the ship and the line that we're on, along with how to pack, what to pack, and what to do. I know a lot of people like bringing their own toiletries. We're just going to go with the try the whole, and hey, maybe we realize it's a terrible mistake and we end up spending more money than we really needed to. But I'm also learning that I really do need to have this up on the front. I don't get enough light on me when it's over here to my left on my driver's side window. But we're gonna work through it. But yeah. So I'm thinking of trying to do a packing video. It's something I haven't done before, and I thought it might be neat. I've got multiple cameras now in the house that I can use to do it. And yeah, could be fun. But all that being said, what else do we have to cover in this video while I'm driving along next to Mr. Amazon? Oh yeah, my wife bought a Insta Pro Ace V2. I'm kind of jealous of that camera. Not gonna lie, low-key jealous. The big reason is, so I bought the Osmo 4 like on Black Friday. Got a really good deal on it. I love the camera. Don't get me wrong, love the camera. Its biggest hiccup for me is the biggest hiccup for me is that it does not do well in low light situations. And that's kind of a bummer. I understand that's how that camera works. And theoretically, I should have spent extra money and gotten the oh gosh, I can't even think of it right now. The vlog camera, the one on the stick. I should have gotten that, right? I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. So it's okay. And like I said, it's not you know, granted, the only way that you're ever going to get perfect light is with like you know, a standard SLR kind of camera, or I guess it's a mirrorless camera, I guess is what they like to say. But I like the Action 4. But anyway, she got this Action 2. We were watching Chris abroad in Japan, and he was talking about it when they did their, like, how long can they do a K car. I will try to put that link down here too. And it was sponsored by Instapro, just to be, you know, above board and all that. But the camera has a low light mode that is really awesome. It is the only kind of action camera I know of that has like a low light mode that works and works well. So I was really happy about that. And yeah, anyways. But yeah, so we got that camera. She's got that one now in the house. We've got the Osmo 4 that I have. I have a gimbal as well that we can use. So I mean, we can have all kinds of ways to set up ways to film a packing video. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I am trying to formulate like outfits in my head right now. I mean, granted, my day outfits are normally going to consist of the same thing they always do. Jeans or shorts and some form of t-shirt, along with tennis shoes and socks. And everyone will make fun of my old man socks because I wear crew socks that I pull up halfway up my calves. I will try to eliminate that. I hate short socks. Now, I might try to wear them for this cruise because I want to get a nice tan. But I am going to tell you right now, I don't know how anyone, my wife and my son wear, you know, those little, you know, the short crew ankle socks, basically. And I don't know how they do it because, like, it annoys me. I got to feel my socks on my calf. Otherwise, I feel weird. But I might buy a pair just to try it and see how it goes. Because when I wear shorts, that's when it, you know, I don't want to look like the stereotypical 50-some-odd-year-old man that's got like t-shirt, shorts, pulled up, wearing tennis shoes with like socks pulled up to their kneecap. It's like I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So let's try not to be that guy, I guess, is the best thing I can say. But yeah, so my daily outfits are going to be pretty generic, nothing too outlandish or fancy. I might look at getting some like Hawaiian shirts. I've been thinking about the idea of buying a couple Hawaiian shirts if I can get them here in time. Like there's a Matrix one that I was kind of liking, and there was a Cyberdyne Systems one. I see them advertised. I'm sure they're just kind of garbage shirts, but something different. We'll see. But yeah, I am really excited to start working on all this stuff. All this kind of build up and buying and whatnot and this, that, and the other that you do that finally brings you to that day where you're ready to you're finally ready to commit and actually execute on this cruise after all this planning and all this kind of accessory purchasing and dieting and exercising and all this stuff, and it all culminates down. It's like, oh yeah, this is happening. Like as of tomorrow, it will be 2 weeks until we are at the airport taking off. That's a crazy thought to think about. And 2 days after that, we'll be getting on the boat, and we will be implementing all these things that we've done, our magnets and our clothes and our shoes and our new bodies and everything that we've been tuning up and everything. And it's really funny to look at that we all started doing this in like February of last year, of 2024, mind you. All of this started coming together and culminating in this whole trip right now, this imminent trip. All started, over a year ago. And it's just kind of crazy to think about that it's like, yeah, this all started like over a year ago. Our hey, we're going to start working out, and we're going to start doing something about what we eat, and we're going to start, we're going to start planning things and deciding on things that we need to bring with us and getting all that stuff ready. So we're like, and now it's like all that kind of planning and purchasing and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, now we have to actually go through and do it all. And it's like, whoa, it's kind of that's a very overwhelming thought when you think about it. It's like, wow, I had not put a lot of thought into that. So I am though happy that like I said, we've got a bunch of stuff happening, and it's all coming together, and things are starting to work out, and it's just been a good time. It's just been a really, really quality, good time. And yeah, it's all coming together for this culmination in this big vacation that I'm really looking forward to. My wife's really looking forward to, and I'm really looking forward to spending it with my wife. I'm excited for us to kind of get out of our normal just rut and comfort zone and doing things that we don't normally do. Like, we don't dress up a ton, and we don't go out a lot and like dress up, and we don't try to make ourselves super like awesome looking, as I guess I would like to describe it. And so here we are now. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna wear, we've got swimsuits picked out that are out of our comfort zone. We've got clothes, like dress clothes. My wife's got dresses and shoes and heels and this, that are out of her comfort zone. And this is going to be a good time. So my goal is, when I do the packing video, I'll kind of go over some tips and tricks, and I will be clear to say, these are things I've gathered from watching a bunch of people on YouTube. These are not my own. I did not create a bunch of this stuff. I'm just recapitulating, recapturing and recapitulating what I've seen and putting it to use and passing that on to you. And I will try to reference and give credit where credit is due as much as I can. There's a lot of these videos I've seen on and off over the last 14 months, and I may not remember all of them, but I will try to do my damnedest to give credit where credit is due. And then lastly, because there's always a lastly, I will work on putting a link down here as well. I will give you an email and to reach out to our travel agent just to kind of recapitulate it for you if you don't know. Our travel agent was great. Jason Carter from Seasun Vacations. And we found out from him, like when Christine Lozada was getting started, and she was using him and passing his email around and stuff. And I caught up with him, and yeah, he got us a great deal. Got us $600 of sailor loot, $250 worth of bar tab, and then kicked in another $100 worth of sailor loot at some point, which was really awesome. So I know that the deals haven't been as awesome as that, and I think some of that is, hey, at some point Virgin has to find some profitability, and they can't do it by giving away $500-$600 worth of free cash. I haven't seen those deals in a while, the $250, $600, or the $300, $600. I think recently it's been a lot of $300, $300, or $200, $300, like bar tab $200 or $300, and onboard credit $300, which still isn't shabby. Don't get me wrong, that's not shabby. It's just not great, It's not as good as $600. And let's be honest. If I can give you $300 worth of onboard credit or $600 worth of onboard credit, which one do you want? You want the $600. Yeah, I get it. So, because I am looking at possibly booking another Virgin cruise, or we've been talking about it, maybe later next year, like in the September time frame. Doing one out of LA, because they just added a bunch of LA sailings in 2026. So maybe doing like a sailing, like a quick weekend sailing on Virgin out of there. Or we might even just do a Carnival one, for all I know. I don't know. We'll see. Or we might do Royal. We might, a lot of that's still up in the air. We talked about, number one, we have to kind of realize, do we enjoy the cruise that we're on right now? And funny thought, Professor Melissa out there, another reference. I will try to pass this one on as well. I will give a link to her channel because I don't have the exact video. But I know at one point she was like, hey, if you're a first-time cruiser, you shouldn't go on a long cruise. You should go on a short one to find out if you like it. So what did we do? Booked an 8-night cruise. I will say that our primary focus with when we booked this was number of port destinations. We were looking for maximizing as many countries and ports as we could get to. This cruise offered a lot of that for a good price. It offered us 4 ports that we would go to, 4 countries. Granted, 2 of them are United States territories, but you get what I'm getting at. You pick up what I'm throwing down. The idea is we had 4 countries that we were able to put on our little checklist and saying boom, 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 boom. So that was our focus. Now, with the other cruise that we booked a shorter one, but it's also because I'm paying for 4 people. It was more expensive. And we weren't going to share a room. So, you know, we went a little more budget conscious with that. You know? We went with Carnival because it was like the cheapest and most affordable for what it was offering. Is it perfect? I don't know. But that one's a little shorter because it's like, hey, we're paying for more people. And, you know, it was just sort of a nice little thing to give to my son and his girlfriend as a, you know, a present for graduating from college, getting their bachelor's degrees. So it's just a really good way to kind of reward them. But, you know, it's a nice little short cruise, nothing fancy. And then they can find out if they like it or not. And if they do, then, hey, they can plan more of them. If they don't, well, they only lost, you know, 4 nights on this cruise. And hell, we even paid for a specialty dinner. We got everybody a cabin upgrade to a cove balcony, which is kind of nice because we originally had inside rooms. And we got them in a shore excursion. So they actually got a shore excursion to go out and explore. So they're going to do ATCs. I always forget the difference. I think it's ATV. Off-road, all-terrain vehicle. Not off-road. All-terrain vehicle. You know, the little quads. Yeah, they're going to be on quads, and they're going to drive around the desert for or the backwoods of Ensenada for about 20-30 minutes. And then once they're done with that, they go to like a tequila tasting and whatnot. And then they get back on the ship. So, you know, they can't complain. They'll have a good time, though. I'm almost positive they'll have a good time. So the hope is that they enjoy it. And if they end up liking cruising, great. You know, that's the way we looked at it. Is like, hey, we may finish this trip and be like, no, we don't want to do another one. We'll do this one in September because we've already paid for it, but we're done at that point. Or we may be like, damn, let's book the next one. And I hear that from people. They say like, hey, once you get the itch, you can't stop. You can only hope to contain. So, I do need to book our internet. I do want to get the premium internet access. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do that. And, you know, I might try to get my work to pay for part of it. Just because, hey, if I get contacted on the boat, that's my dime paying for the, you know, the higher speed to do Zoom stuff and whatnot. So, but I am coming up nearing my destination ramp, which is I'm on the 60 East, approaching the 91 West / 215 North. I will be taking the 91 West and heading down to my off-ramp. But it's been a good chat. It's been I like these kind of long videos where I can just sort of go from one subject to the next. They're not planned. I don't have anything written down, obviously, because I'm driving. But, no, it's good. So, anyways, till next time, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoy these. If you do, I would love it if you could check out some of the content, give it some likes, follow, subscribe. You know, check out all the content if you really like it. I'd love to get that subscription. We are on a mission to try to get 1,000 followers on YouTube and 1,000 followers on TikTok. And we are doing well with both of these missions, but we have definitely kind of slowed down the last few weeks. So any help you can give us would be appreciated. But like I said, watch the content and see if you like it. If you do, then great, follow. If you don't, hey, you gave it a shot. I get it. I'm not asking you for a follow just blindly. If you don't enjoy the content, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's going to be it for us on this trip. Like I said, or this drive home. So yeah, I would love it for those likes, those follows, the subscribes, all that stuff. If you're enjoying the content, it would be greatly appreciated. Helps us grow, helps us work on getting sponsored or getting some monetary value out of this channel, so my wife and I can plan more travel. We would like to do a bunch of travel. I don't know if I necessarily want to change this whole channel into a travel channel, because I do play a lot of video games and whatnot. But I definitely feel like I can do travel content pretty well. And I think I would like to try my hand at that, mixing it up a bit. So, yeah. Definitely help us out if you can by doing those follows and those likes. It gets us up there. It gets us more exposure. Gets more eyes on the videos. More eyes on the videos means more cheddar to put in your boy's pocket, so we can pay for more cruises or trips or plane tickets, whatever. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.